Hi, I'm Ellie and welcome back to Arcadia, my self-converted Toyota Hiace, which I am currently travelling Australia's east coast in. And today I'm back with another vlog video as I head further towards the northern point of New South Wales. If you want to check out my previous van vlogs, I'll link those in the description. And be sure to check out last week's video, which was about the New South Wales flooding, because this video is leading directly on from that. If you haven't already subscribed and you want to catch new van life videos every single Saturday, then be sure to do so. And if you are already subscribed, then thank you so much for your support. I hope you are enjoying the journey. It's really great to have this little community to create content for. I'm Ellie Wilder and you're watching Wilder in Motion. Good morning, I'm back on the road after the floods. Yesterday I wanted to go to Nambucca Heads, but one of the roads was flooded, so I had to take a detour. So I stopped for the night in Kempsey and I'm going to be continuing to Nambucca Heads today. So it seems that the Mackley River is entirely flooded. I've been through about 4 different intersections and they're all just completely underwater and I've had to turn around. So I think I'm going to double back on myself and go back to where I exited the Pacific Highway yesterday, because I think it's the only way to get through. I've stopped at Big W to get some snorkeling gear because I'll be wanting to do some snorkeling later, so I figured might as well do that now. And then I think I will be sitting in traffic for quite a long way until I get back onto the highway, since it's the only way through. I eventually made it out of Kempsey and arrived in Nambucca Heads. I've never seen a bird do this before. It's basically been crouching in the shallows as if it's like a cat, and then it pounces and catches a little fish and then swallows it whole. After stopping by the water, I then ventured a little further into Nambucca to their V-wall, which is a break wall where you are allowed to paint the rocks. I didn't have any paint with me at the moment, but this is something that I might stop by and do a little homage to my trip on the way back. I continued my walk right to the end of the wall where there was this beach, and you can see all the debris that was washed up from the floods. And from there I watched the sunset before finding a side street to settle down for the night. Good morning, today I'm at Sortel, which is just south of Coffs Harbour, and it's really weird to think I've been travelling for almost 7 weeks I think, and I haven't even left the state yet. So I'm just gonna hang out at the beach here this morning and we'll go from there. Sortel is an old favourite beach of mine, so I was really glad to be back here. The sun has just come out and as you can see it's low tide, so it's very shallow all along this bit here, and so I just swam out to the deeper area. Finally got to play unders or overs, which was good because everywhere has been very calm, which is fun, but sometimes you want to go in the ocean to actually experience the waves. So got to do that for a bit, and I've just walked through the shallows here up onto this kind of rocky outpost island thing. I think there's a surf competition going on, that's why there's quite a lot of surfers out there today. Sortel has the great combination of a calm bay as well as some bigger waves for boogie boarding or body surfing. Then there's this great island and there is food right nearby. So I walked up to the high street and got some delicious fish and chips. It has been too long since I've had fish and chips, so I thoroughly enjoyed this, and then I walked back along the beach. So after lunch I walked back to the van and I wanted to find somewhere to shower, and I went to several toilets in Sortel and I couldn't find any showers. So I thought I was planning on coming to Coffs Harbour tomorrow, so I decided to just drive up here, and I've now been to 2 toilets here and they also don't have any showers. So this is the first time this has happened. Normally there are heaps of showers by the beach, so I'm not really sure why. So I'm just going to try and put some detangler and some conditioner just in my hair as is, because I'll be going to swimming tomorrow anyway, so that should just hopefully stop it from becoming a completely mangled mess overnight, and then I will use the outdoor showers here tomorrow. And I decided to just check out the beach area at Coffs Harbour in the evening. Good morning, so I spent the night here in Coffs and I'm going to go check out the beach properly today and the surrounding jetty area. This is a bit more of a major area, so there's a fair amount to see around here, but it's quite warm today, so I think I'm going to start with the beach. So it seems like they have Sunday morning markets, so I had a quick look there. It was fairly standard market stuff. and then I walked right around to the furthest beach from where I parked because it had the best waves for kind of diving under. There was like a very sheltered bay area, but it was more just little kids there. And then I've just headed back to the van and I've been doing some work on my laptop, and I found an outdoor shower. Still haven't found an indoor shower, so I'm just going to use the outdoor shower now and finally be able to wash all this salt out of my hair. So as you can see, I have been able to use the outdoor shower at the beach. Coffs Council is the only place that hasn't had indoor showers so far. You can tell where the council areas change because they generally have consistent facilities across their area. So I expect for the next few places that I go, I might also have the same issue, but it shouldn't be a problem hopefully when I do get to the next council area. So now I'm just back in the van, made myself some tea. I'm gonna hang out here before finding somewhere to park up for the night. It's been such a nice past few days, like pretty much what I imagined van life would be, just kind of chilling at the beach and then hanging out in the van, just really easy going because it's been great weather for it. And for sunset that evening, I went for a walk along the harbour, part of Coffs Harbour. So you can see there are just very gentle waves here, and it's a very family friendly spot and a great place to admire the pink evening sky. Good morning, I'm still here in Coffs and I need to pop up to the shops today to get some groceries, and also I got given a Samsung tablet. It's just an older model, so it needs a charger, so hopefully I'll be able to find a charger that suits that model, and then I'll probably head to somewhere else tonight. Inside the centre were lots of boutique shops, which we don't have in Sydney because the rent is too high for them. Just got back from the grocery shop, picked up some rolls and some snacks. I spent exactly $20. When does that ever happen on my groceries? And I also got everything that I needed for the tablet. I'm super hungry after the shop, so I made myself a cheese and Vegemite roll with these rolls that I got, which I haven't had for ages because I've been at Woolworths for the past few times, but I was able to go to Coles today. So I'm going to eat this, and I've just plugged in the tablet using the charger that I bought, so hopefully that powers up soon. So I'm having some yogurt for dessert, which I bought. This is kind of a bit of an indulgence since this stuff's pretty expensive. It was on sale, but it's still $5 for this tub. And I haven't had yogurt this entire time since I've been traveling, also because I'm kind of worried about the fridge, but the fridge has been good, so I think it's gonna last and the yogurt will be fine. So I've been really struggling to get this back on, but I managed to take it to this screen, so I'm going to ask it to wipe all the data since it's new anyway, and no, yes. So hopefully this works. Ugh, it's gone off again. We're back to this, which only works when it's plugged in, but it doesn't actually charge. So obviously there's power coming through the charger, but for whatever it's not actually charging. It won't turn on. The screen does turn on when it's plugged in. The only thing I haven't been able to try is connecting it using a lightning cable to give it an initial boost so that it has actually enough in it to do the process of charging. So it seems like that could be the problem, but I can't test that right now. But I will eventually be visiting someone who has Samsung products. This crack kind of formed in my wall panel from the flooding, and it's basically where I had put some filler between the two panels, but now they've kind of unstuck, so I'm gonna cut out the filler and then re-stick down these two bits. So here is the result so far. It has stayed glued, so I'm happy with that. And then I will come through and fill in this gap with silicone once the liquid nails is dried. So I've just gone for some walk along this historical path that's just next to the shops to learn a bit more about the town. I'm not entirely sure if this is the actual site of the house itself, but unsurprisingly it's closed because it's in the evening now. Well, I've really enjoyed Coffs and Sortel. I'll definitely be stopping here on the way back. It's just such a nice vibe. It definitely feels like a happy, chilled out beachside community, and everyone seems really nice, and there's lots of facilities with the shopping centre here. So I'm excited to stop back here on my way back because I will be going to far fewer places on my way back to Sydney than I am going north. But for now I'm going to be moving on, and I think I'm going to check out Emerald Beach, so I'll head up there now. So I'm at Emerald Beach. It seems like a pretty nice place, but there's not really anywhere to park. It's a very small community, so I think I'm going to keep driving up further north. I ended up stopping at Safety Beach just to have a quick look around, and then I settled in Woolgoolga for the night. Oh my god guys, look, just where I decided to park, there's literally just some kangaroos chilling on the grass there. I feel like this is what people think Australia is like. You know, there's people's houses right here, and there's just kangaroos hanging out next door, but this just never happens in Sydney, so this is really cool to see. And since I hadn't had pasta in a while, I decided to make some for dinner. Good morning, so I've just stopped in at Woolgoolga for today. It was so funny driving here last night. There was a cute little kangaroo eating the grass in front of someone's house, which you would never see in Sydney, and I was definitely very cautious driving here because I did not want to hit a kangaroo. So a quick update on the COVID situation as well. There's been a couple of cases in northern New South Wales as well as Brisbane, and this is kind of annoying because this is exactly where I was planning on going. Now this doesn't mean that I can't still go there, but I run the risk of then needing to quarantine for 2 weeks, because what happens if I ended up going to a location that someone who ends up testing positive for COVID later was there at the same time, then even if I have a negative test, I would still need to isolate for 2 weeks. And so obviously that would be pretty difficult logistically in the van. I would really need to sort something out and obviously cut into a lot of the time for my trip as well. So at this point, what I'm thinking is that I just skip that part of northern New South Wales at the moment, because I don't think it's worth the risk of getting infected, and maybe I'll do that on the way back towards Sydney and just go straight to Queensland, because if the Queensland-New South Wales border does close, which it has a lot of the time throughout this past 12 months, if it does close, I have lots of stuff I want to do in Queensland, so it would be fine if I was stuck there for a month or two. So now that the liquid nails are dry, I'm going to take some silicone and just run it in this gap. And as you can see, it's really secured into the wall. It's not bowing or anything as I'm pressing it. So that's all filled in. I'm gonna wait for that to dry completely, and then I will paint over it. Not sure whether the paint will hold on the silicone, but I'll figure something out to get it to blend in with the wall a bit more. I decided I was in need of a haircut, so since I've cut my hair myself before, I gave it a shot here as well. Well, you gotta know when to quit, and I think this is it. And as I like to do, I just had a little bit of an explore of the area in the evening, which took me to this waterside park. Well, there you go. Didn't realise the first modern weight shift hang glider was invented, built and flown in Grafton. Oh yeah, so as you can see, my haircut, rocking it. And with the whole COVID situation, I've decided to come inland to Grafton because there haven't been any cases here. And I'm really glad I did, because it's very much like a Federation style. I wasn't expecting it to be such a old established area, and there are these beautiful big trees everywhere. It's actually really nice and has like a beautiful heritage feel to it. So I'll probably hang out here tomorrow, and then I will see about the weekend, but otherwise I'll continue on to Queensland as is the plan. Well, another week of van life has come and gone. I can't believe I've already been on the road for 9 weeks now, and I can't wait to continue my journey up to Queensland with a goal of getting to the Great Barrier Reef. I think next week I will do a video on a cost breakdown of van life and basically add up how much money I've spent on my journey so far and what the monthly expenses of van living are. So if you want to catch that and new van life videos every single Saturday, then be sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.